But yeah, what do we get for game number 1 then? Ganji's playing on the right hand side with Khmer, and dogao's playing on the left hand side with Byzantines. Since we already start in the village, we're not going to have a need to fast forward or anything. We're just going to see what we get. Oh, by the way, yes, that's what the audio goal is for. Man, we are so close. We are so close to already cover the cost of the audio interface. I actually went on and pulled the trigger on that one. But yeah, of course, I'm still going to wait for the rest of the goal for the new microphone and the headphones too. But yeah, it's good. I got it from Amazon, and it's supposed to be here in a week or so. We'll see if they actually manage to get it. Argentinian customs have been historically pretty bad. I thought the audio command would finally reveal that your counters are pre-recorded. No, there's U for that, so I don't need a command. Anyway, we already have a little bit of action over here as Ganji's coming forward. You know what? We are going to change colors over here. Ganji is Swedish, so we are just going to have him as blue. And then dogao, we are going to keep him in the red. This is going to make it a little bit easier for, yeah, people to tell the players apart. I think so too, so keep Baila away, because she has a weird obsession with Sweden that all people in the northern countries have. Hey, 10th break. Welcome, welcome as well. So, for anybody who might not be familiar with the extra qualifier, this is a just-in-case kind of event where players are fighting over a ranking for a potential spot in Red Bull Wololo Legacy should any of the currently qualified players have any traveling issues. So if somebody comes out first in this group stage, for instance, it's a 5-round group stage, they're only going to participate in the main event if somebody else is unable to attend. So you gotta keep that in mind. Because the Brazilian calls are red? Yeah, that's a fair point. Anyway, oh, we already get the scouts coming in. It's overchopped. That's 2 villagers going down already. That is huge. Yes, sir. There we are. Beautiful. Yeah, that's really good. The scouts might go down at the end to the archers, but he's already managed to get 3 villagers down. And it's worth it, man. Dogao was trying to just play defensive and play for the castle age. You can see that he already had the walls up for the most part. If it weren't because of the overchop, he definitely would have gotten away with this. And now it doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. Ganji, instead, he's not really going for too many military units anymore. So he'll just try to play for the castle age himself. And it's good. He's going for some archers right now, but that's going to be pretty cheap. And it's not going to prevent him from going after the castle age. The great thing about this for Ganji is that should he be the first player to get to the castle age, he knows he's going to have a guaranteed villager lead, as is, assuming that he does not get too much idle TC time. And then if he goes for extra TCs, he's going to have a guaranteed lead in villager count for the whole game, basically. You know, if I'm not mistaken, on average, these qualifier games took about 20 minutes each or something. Let me actually go and take a look at the spectator dashboard because they had that information. So let me check. For the maps and for Red Bull Wololo Legacy, the average length of the games was usually less than 20 minutes. As a matter of fact, Frigilake had 22. Outcrop had 22, Enclosed had 25. And then Shaw's had 25, and Northern Isles had 26. Everything else had either 20 or less average game time. So on average, these games shouldn't be too long. And that means that we are going to have about 3 games per hour or so. And that means that we should be able to get through the first 5, actually, the first 3. No. 5 series in 5 hours. 5 series in 5 hours. We have to do 9 series, so 9 hours. Damn. Well, I guess we might end up just splitting this up. In the end, if it's 5 rounds, 3 each, that's going to be 15, right? So we don't need to do 9 right away and then 6 tomorrow. We can do like 8 today and 7 tomorrow, for instance. We'll see. Tomorrow's stream is going to begin with a qualifier. Actually, not the qualifier, sorry. A Valhalla series. Let's take a look. Another overchop! But dogao realizes this time around and goes for the palisade just in time, man. If Ganji hadn't targeted the villagers over there earlier, he would have gotten in already, and now dogao's got the chance to get to the castle edge over here without army inside this base. And Ganji's got the crossbow upgrade, Bakinara upgrades as well, but cannot get past the palisade over here as this is too high HP at this point already. Ganji survives, and actually dogao survives over here. A little bit. So hey, you might end up having a Nova marathon over here in the end. Unless we do 5 series today, 5 series tomorrow, and 5 series on Wednesday. That could potentially work as well. I think that'll be good too. Yeah, because the next Valhalla series, besides the one from tomorrow, they're going to take place during the weekend. So yeah, I think probably Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is probably going to be alright. If you want to provide 100% coverage, that is. And we do. I do. Chain Bard and Armor now is on the way. Presto. Daily Dose of Noah? Yeah, we're looking forward to it. You know? The right hand side. There you go. Second TC is coming out for Ganji. Once again though, if Ganji was the first player to go for the extra TC, he would have gotten ahead in villagers. Should have been basically guaranteed because of the villager picks he got there earlier. However, the fishing ships over here are certainly compensating and doing work for dogao. Otherwise, yeah, the red player will be significantly behind, further behind. That's a good mangle over here. Can he land the shot though? That is an alright shot. He's gonna try to go for one more, and dogao splits at the last second. Yes. Beautiful. There we go. All these archers. They are holding on just fine. If Ganji had struck, if he had struck with all 4 knights at the same time, he would have been able to clean this up. But like this, he ends up losing 1. Gets pushed away, and now in the end, Ganji will end up taking everything. Now that he's got extra crosses over here, but he's not paying attention to the army though. Why is that? Is he paying attention back home? He's not. What is he paying attention to? He's got the archers up in the middle of nowhere. And over here, he ended up losing so many crossbows as he was not microing his units. Here we go. Presto. Beautiful. Good reaction for Ganji over there. And now he's got 2 additional magnos to keep on putting pressure with. This is taking so long. He's got the siege workshop back home and he's got to go all the way forward. Plus, he's not really being taking the best care of his archers. If he had, then he would be on 2 magnos over here and significantly more crossbows if he still had the ones that he lost for free for the most part. And that'd be so much harder for the god to hold on against. But now against just 2 and like 5 crossbows, it's not too bad. Check. Let's update the stream title as well. This is round 1. Oh, that's good. Good defense for the Gao. And they're getting bold magnos down. And this magnon is going down now. But he's going to survive. And he didn't really want to get the push back going over here. Although he's going to be in a position to actually go for it. He just wanted to defend and he was successful at it. So, well done. Meanwhile, Ganji instead, he doesn't really have much of anything going on forward anymore. After getting pushed away from the right hand side, he even lost a knight on the left hand side, and that's about it. He does have 3 TCs. We have 3 TCs for the Gao as well, so in terms of villager production, it should be about the same for both. Although the Gao is going for the 4 TC and proving me wrong now. Because he's not going for any extra efficient ships over here, yeah, it's going to be the same working count for both players, as soon as both can keep all the TCs going, basically. Ganji amigo! Hey, 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 hola! Mr. 712, ¿cómo estás? Hope everything's going alright. Nice conversion over here, that's gonna be worth it already, even if he lost the monk. And yeah, the Gao had a chance of going for the counter push. He'll need to be careful though, these crossbows are not taking too much damage from the Magnos, so he can come in. Or try to. This house foundation doesn't really have too much HP, so just a few volleys over here. We have 11 archers. Yeah, it should be enough for him to come in. And he will. We have a garrison villager, 2 villagers over there. Yeah, and the knights on the left hand side from Ganji cannot do too much. He's gonna try and do something with these archers from down south, but it's unlikely he'll achieve too much. Notice the Gao's putting respect over here on the fact that Ganji's got a siege workshop over there. Especially since it's been a while since the time he managed to get the Maganil down. Yes. He's zealous as well. Hope you guys are doing alright. Wait, is the Red Bull Wololo command not working? For whatever reason? Let me check. Maybe just Red Bull Wololo? Yeah, okay, sorry, my bad. It's just RBW. Okay, there we go. Stream title should be updated now. By the way, beware when taking a look at the qualifiers. And that's the page for the second qualifier, not for the third one. So I need to update the command. But beware, because you're probably going to get spoiled. They just release all the games at once, and it's up to each caster what they want to cover and how they want to cover it. So I'm going to cover 100% of everything. I'm going to cover all the series, all 5 rounds, all 15 series. But other casters might be starting with a different set, and you might get spoiled for some of the series that we're going to be covering later on. So yeah, just be wary. As we wait to see if he's able to get the castle up over here, and I think he should. Both players are going up to the Imperial Age already. I'm going to update the command real quick. Yes. So not everyone will be covering things at the same time. The same things at the same time, I guess. Okay. There we go. Bombard cannon versus no bombard cannon. Yeah, that's certainly going to help a little bit the gal. And then he's got the heal advantage over here, so even the trebuchet is going to be so effective. And Whistler! Dude, 3 months already. Thank you so much for your support. Extended support as well. Coming in hot with Prime Gaming. Yeah. We're just going to go in order. So we are doing the first round, then we are going to jump into the second round, third, fourth, and fifth round eventually. And I'm not really sure. Once again, there's going to be 15 series, so it's 5 rounds, 3 series per round. I'm not really sure if we should do 5, 5, 5 because that's going to be probably about 5-hour streams each day, or if we should go for a very long stream today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna have 1 series from Valhalla before everything else, so there is also that. If we were to do that, then we would do 8 series today, and then we would do 7 series tomorrow, and then we should be done. Yeah, trebuchet is coming in a little bit later, deploying a little bit later from Ganji. Yeah, and the hill advantage over here certainly helped me. We'll see. Another trebuchet coming out from the Gal, though he's not deploying this, he's just trying to get the walls up behind the houses so he doesn't get breached. Beautiful. Yeah, this guy's is going down from Ganji for sure. In the Gal's castle, it's not being targeted. It is being targeted. It's just going down so much slower because of the extra HP of the Byzantines. In the Imperial Age, that's already going out to 40% extra HP on buildings. So it'll certainly help. Plus the fact that he's got the heal advantage and Ganji does not. 2 long days, please. I catch flu, so I need entertainment while laying around like a dead fly. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, we could do that. As long as he doesn't get too long. I guess we can put a time limit of 8 hours or something. But yeah, hopefully it's not going to be the case. Let's take a look. It's really good. Yeah, the scouts managed to get in, but couldn't get a single trebuchet down. The guy's sticking fine. He's just roaming around. By the way, does anybody follow me on Twitter or Facebook? Let me know if you saw a going live message. It should be the case. I tried to set on automation, I think. Automatization, automation. I tried to set on automation so that whenever I go live, there is a status update on both Twitter and Facebook, but I'm not really sure. Let me know. Automation, yeah, thank you, bro. This is looking better. Now he's able to get 2 trebuchets already. Oh no! The second trebuchet survives just at the last second. He's able to get the scouts down. He's not bringing any villagers to repair this, so it could go down to the trebuchets from Ganji, potentially. Yeah. I have no idea about. Never used. It's alright. If anybody follows me there, just let me know. Otherwise, I can take a look at it myself, probably. Anyway, the Hussar are coming in, though, straight through the front of the Gal's base, and this is really rough for him. Even if he's got the halberdier, as long as Ganji's paying attention, he could keep on roaming around, outpace the halberdier, and still get a bunch of villager kills. As a matter of fact, let's try to select all the Hussar. Oh god.
Cinema Evening starring Nova AOE.
Yo! 7 out of 12. Cinema evening starting away. Yeah, sure. Let's go, man. We are going to put a limit at 8 hours or so. Obviously, we are not going to cut the series right through, right? But we are not going to start a new one after that. I think that should be good. I think that should be enough for us to cover about 8 series today. At the very least 7, right? And then tomorrow we are going to cover the rest of it. Can you bring me the popcorn? Sure. There you go. Do you have a 3D printer? Cap Ram's coming in for Ganji now. The only thing can go for besides Trebuchet for Imperial Age Siege, right? And yeah, potentially Onagers, but what is he going to do? Onagers, heavy Scorpions? Yeah, the only usable thing he's going to have is either Siege Rams or Trebuchets. Yeah, my pleasure. The Dogao, despite having the ability to get much stronger pushes with the bombard cannons, despite having the extra HP on his buildings and having a longer lasting fortification over here, has been taking the most damage in the game. If you take a look at the EKV, it's 2 to 36 for the Dogao. So Ganji, he managed to get so much damage done. You know, with the players that we have, with all 6 players that we have, I'm not really sure I'll be able to give anyone the advantage, like for sure, you know. Good pressure from Ganji. Plus, he manages to get a few extra Hussar in once again. This time around, he doesn't really manage to sustain those units too much. Can sustain up over here for the Gal as well. Yeah, the score lead is not too significant for Mr. Ganji. Speak up. So it's the Gal, Ganji, Dark, Kingstone. Who are the other 2? I think we have Slam, and I think who else do we have? Let me check. Ganji, the Gal, Kingston, Dark, Slam versus Sebastian. Sebastian. That's the player we are missing. Those are the series for the first round. Here comes the Dogao once again. He's got the bombard cannons. Can he take the trebuchet? Yeah, he's got one. Gotta get out of here though, as we have Hussar coming in once again. And most of the action is focusing on the right hand side. Slamboy for the win. Many of these players are really good, and over here the Dogao is also one of the favorite players I would say for this qualifier, but at the same time some of the other players who you might consider underdogs before the qualifiers 1 and 2 for Red Bull Wololo have proven already in the first 2 qualifiers that they actually pack a punch. So I wouldn't rule Ganji out, for instance. I wouldn't necessarily rule Kingstone or even Sebastian out, although I think Ganji's probably in a little bit of a better shape. I would say if we are to put a rank on these players, I would say Sebastian and Kingstone are probably 5 and 6 respectively, or 5th and 6th respectively. That's about it. Yo, Alchemistry, long time no siege indeed. Just joined. Hey Hulky. I could not find more information on how many seats or players are qualified from this extra qualifier. It's a just in case qualifier. This is going to provide a ranking for players to substitute for players who already qualified who might not be able to travel if any issues should arise. But if everything goes smoothly for all the players from the first and second qualifiers, none of these players are going to make it into the main event. It's kind of a safety net qualifier. Yeah, exactly like a waitlist. Exactly, Hucky. And like a mystery, thank you so much for the sub. Dude, long time no see indeed. I hope you're doing alright as of now. I know that usually whenever you're absent for a long time is not too good, but hopefully you're doing better now. If my assumption is correct anyway. This was played during the weekend while Ganji was playing that much World Cup 5 as well. Yes. The series was played, or all the series were played privately throughout the weekend. Remember that it was supposed to be 15 and 17 GMT, or I think that was about a 15 and 17 GMT starting time for Saturday and Sunday, and they in the end ended up scrapping the whole thing. Not to clash with the Deathmatch finals, very kind of them. And then they just released all the games at once. Is there any prize pool associated with this qualifier? That's a good question. And there is no information about that. I would have to ask. Give me a second, I can do that. By the way, chat, it's just me and my blue ears, or is Nova significantly lower in volume than game sound? The game might be a little bit too high over here. Let me check. Let's bring it down to a third. Yeah, hopefully it's better now. Genji must have been playing 24 hours a day, yeah. C-Tran's coming in right now for the Gao as well, so he'll try to ramp up his pressure on the right hand side. But take a look at this though, Ganji's coming in with a train of pain, 6 rounds. Siege, oh my god, 6 siege rounds at that. Now down to 4, but that's going to be so effective against skirmishers and halberdiers as long as he's got something else to complement this with. That's going to soak so much damage, might actually allow him to break through. Zagao's being extremely resilient on the right hand side. Yeah, and you know what? He's taking the bombard cannons. Yeah, this is really good. He needs to keep on bringing the heat. And then on the left hand side, we have villagers going down from the Gao. Once again, he's been losing so many villagers this game. Every time Ganji raids, he's able to get some value out of it. But yeah, once again, the Gao stabilizes. So the thing over here is the Gao pays 25% less for skirmishers and halberdier. If he's gonna be sticking to that unit, to that army composition only, Byzantines are going to be fantastic. He's got only 103 villagers, but because of the discount, he doesn't really need too much more. Well, Ganji, on the other hand, is paying full price for everything, so he's on 135 villagers, and that means that invariably the military space available for both players to go for army is going to be lower for Ganji. So, anything new going on over that side of the world, Nova? Over this side of the world, well, let's see, inflation projections reaching 90%. I have an audio setup goal right now that we are making fantastic progress with, and already has gotten close enough to so that I can afford the audio interface. And yeah, that one should be here about next week. That's not really going to represent a big change for the stream necessarily, but it's going to allow me to, it's going to open up more options for custom content creation production, because I'll be able to hook up my guitar, for instance, to the computer, so I could make alerts. I can change the alert sounds, right? That kind of stuff. Could potentially make a guitar stream at some point too. But most importantly, the audio interface is for the new microphone. Looking pretty good overall for Mr. dogao. There we go. Game was stabilized on the right hand side, and it seems like we might be in for the long haul over here. Stonewall's coming up on the left hand side for the Gao even. So yeah, this at the very least should put a stop to Ganji's relentless pushes. Fantastic. Any travel plans at the moment, Nova? We'd love to see you in Swiss winter temps. Yeah, I would certainly love to experience that, but no current travel plans at all. I do have a lot of things in the pipeline though to try and make that a possibility in the future, but currently it's not possible. Yeah, raids by Blue. He's been going for the raids for the most part over here in between both these players through the majority of the series. And dogao's been playing for the most part defensive, and only now he's managed to push on the right hand side. Getting the castle down and coming in with the bombard cannons. Gotta be careful though. He's got for the most part skirmishes over here. Don't think we have too many halberdier. We have 6 halberdier. And those are going right after the bombard cannons, taking them all down. Yeah, and now he can bail. El Dorado ASMR? Yeah, that'll be good. So for the audio goal to be of any notice for the stream, it's gonna have to get to like 400, I think. That's going to allow me to pay for the interface and also for the microphone. Then the final 100 is for monitoring headphones. But it's good. The new microphone is basically going to guarantee longevity for the stream, because this one I've been using for 3 years. 4 years? 3 years, I think. And it's been functional, but it's not the highest quality, and it started to have some issues. The guy needs to kill some villagers. Yeah, right now he kind of does. If he gets once again up to 100 or so, it should be fine because of the discount of the units. But yo, Ganji calls GG right here. That's gonna make game number 1 going fair with the Gao. Let me fix this as well. This is a player 3. There we go. And yeah, the Gao actually managed to come in. The thing is, he managed to mass a good amount of units before he started running out of resources, so that allowed him to get a nice push going. Otherwise, it would have been really rough for him to sustain a push with 88 villagers. Jumping to game number 2. After taking a look at the achievements. Yeah, and it was like kind of like a power move for the Gao. If it didn't work, he was going to start falling behind severely, as he couldn't really sustain his military production with the economy he had. However, if it worked, well, he wouldn't need to worry about the future, right? That is unsuccessful Dogao's problem. Regardless, for military, we see a very nice KD for the Gao in the end. It's going to be a little bit higher than 76. For the economy, on the other hand, we also have a stronger economy for Ganji. Collecting about 20... Actually, there's going to be 18,000 extra resources compared to the Gao. It just goes to show how much and how long your army discount is going to... Yeah, you know, is going to signify for the Gao. 18,000, yes. We'll see for society, a higher worker count for Ganji. And yeah, we should be able to jump into game number 2. There we are. Hey guys, welcome. Yeah, let's go. Mr. Floppy Bunny, absolutely. For the second one, then, we are going to switch colors once again. We are going to bring Ganji down to the blue color, and the Gao we are going to keep in the red. Only to keep consistency with the previous game. So this is the bull, and Ganji's playing with Koreans. The Gao is playing with Bulgarians. We have an archer range coming out for the Gao. Bulgarian archers, you love to see it. You know, Ganji on the other hand will. He's got his own archer range over here. This is going to scale so much better for Koreans, and I'm very, very curious to see what Ganji's plan is over here. I only saw Koreans once on this map before, and it was in a game from Ganji, if I'm not mistaken. It was a very calculated strategy he pulled off, but it was against Aztecs. If I'm not mistaken anyway, I think that was in the first qualifier. Meanwhile, for the guy over here playing with Bulgarians, is going to be completely different, of course. With Bulgarians, he's going to have the potential for map control because of access to Krepos. He's going to have a discount on Blacksmith, Siege Workshop upgrades as well. And also free militia line upgrades, so he can potentially go for Minotaurs. He's not really gone for it though. Just going to be a few archers, and it seems like he's going to try and play defensive. I don't see the god thinking of going forward. While Ganji, on the other hand, yeah, it seems like he's going to be the one putting pressure. Not so much. The archers that he's got, they are just guarding the villager up in the north to make sure the god doesn't come in. Yeah, and it seems like it's going to stabilize over here, and it's going to be, for the most part, a game for the Castle Age. At first, Aztecs were number 1 on this map, then Koreans went fast castle and Aztecs lost heart. Yes. And I believe it was Ganji the one to pull that strategy off for the first time. Solo task. Does the extra qualifier have any prize pool? As soon as I get an answer over there, I'll let you know. Nice. We're gonna see the villagers go down over here. At the very least one, I imagine. Beautiful quick walls from Ganji in the middle of nowhere. He gets 2 quick walls. Although the archers come here, those villagers are going down for sure. The play was still pretty nice though. Yeah. Archer range and getting the knight over there. Kind of a big deal because this would have allowed Ganji to go and prevent the guy from chopping through eventually. Now the guy should be able to chop through very soon. He's got only 1 extra tree to go through over here.
К вашим услугам. Приказания.
Nice. Now it's going to be the guy that wants to prevent Ganji from chopping through, although Ganji's trying to get a defensive tower up over here. If the guy plays his cards right, he's not going to deny this tower, but he's going to get a bunch of HP off these villagers. Yeah, he's trying. And the tower's coming up. Yeah, well done. Those villagers are staying up for the time being, but they could be easy targets in the future for the Gao. As the Castle Age is on the way for both players, Ganji does have a little bit of a head start to it. On the left hand side, we see the Gao trying to go after the fishing ships though. This could be really good. And Ganji, of course, without any army at the center, won't be able to go for the same on the right hand side. I think, yeah, the archer range got completely cancelled. Beautiful, yeah, there we go. The fishing ships are going down now. It's looking good for the Gao so far. You know, he might be going up a little bit later, just a wee bit later. But it's not a huge difference. It's only about 27 seconds, worth about 1 villager, and he's already, because of the fishing ships over there he was able to get, plus the villagers he was able to kill from Ganji as well, he's been able to mass an 8 villager, actually an 8 worker lead. And Ganji's going up fast enough to catch up for only 1 of those villagers. So we are going to have effectively a 7 worker lead still for the guy once he gets up. And you know what? It's already 1-0. What is the guy going for? We'll see. He's got a stable. Okay, I like to see that. But he already had this before. That's where he went for the scout from. And okay, so he does have a second stable over here. If he wanted to make a play for knights, now he's got 2 stables to make it work, and he's going for it. Chain bar and armor's on the way, and Ganji's got into the castle edge, and he's gone first things off for a defensive siege workshop, as he's expecting to get pressure by the Gao from the south over there. And the Gao honestly doesn't really have too much to push with over here. He's got some skirmishers, some archers. Obviously, he cannot really upgrade these units with Bulgarians. I mean, he can upgrade the skirmishers, but it's not really a type of unit he wants to go for. And he's got Botkin arrow, which is good. It's going to affect both the archers and the skirmishers. But what I'm trying to say is that it's unlikely he'll do too much damage over here while he's able to only play with archers and doesn't get access to crossbowmen. So here comes Ganji's defensive siege. And that's what I was talking about. Good job. He's getting some of the weak villagers down over there. Actually, just one. And the Mano provides the protection that Ganji needs to secure the TC coming up. This is the 3rd TC for Ganji. Meanwhile, the Gao already has 2nd TC down the south, but he does not have a 3rd TC. Which means Ganji should be able to catch up in work account in the next few minutes. Yeah. Game intense, no one chat anymore. yeah, it's too contested right now. The guy also realizes about Ganji's extra TC up in the north, so now he can start putting some pressure over there if he wanted to. He's got a villager up in the north, so he could potentially go for a siege workshop and try to pressure the north TC, which is completely isolated compared to the rest of Ganji's base. Should I say alienated? Oh, good reaction from the Gao actually, splitting the army just in time over there. He's bringing villagers over, and we're gonna see the Krepos come up. Or is he waiting for a castle? No, the Krepos is on the way. And if he was able to deny that tower, that would be huge. He would have been able to Krepos drop the TC over here. Now that's not going to be a possibility. And he's got to go for the Krepos so far away. Yeah, there is no way. He already has Balkan arrow. There is no way the Krepos over here is going to take the tower down. That's very unfortunate. I really would have liked to see him go for the Krepos a little bit closer so that he would have been able to range the tower. However, Ganji's coming in with more villagers to get extra towers up, and this Krepos coming up no matter what. So Ganji is going to end up getting pushed away from here. If he does not bail, he'll end up just losing the tower. So it's not a worthy investment, I think. There we go. There to see is finally on the way for the Gao. And interestingly enough, so far, it's not been possible for Ganji to catch up in work account despite having the extra TCs, mostly because of the villager kills the Gao's been able to get throughout the game. There we go. We see the Krepos coming up now in the north. And this one will target both the towers and the TC, and you know what? This Krepos should be coming up for sure. No way! The Gao's bailing from here. I think if he just committed to it, he would have been able to get the Krepos up for sure. And Ganji will. Ganji had the one monk over there in the tower. That was enough already to intimidate the Gao out of here. Yeah, and the Gao's going for another Krepos. Once again, too far away. There is another tower coming up over here. You know, if this Krepos comes up, there is no way the first attempt with the gun on the knight. So I would really like for him to get the first cripples up. And yeah, because that one was already at a higher completion percentage than this one, and now he's gonna have to move it over to the left hand side. Yeah, and I agree. It seems to me that the dogao is a little bit too, maybe I should say overly cautious with the cripples placement over here, and I feel like he should be significantly more confident. With the amount of villages he had, I think the first one would have gone up for sure. Even the center one as well, I think he should have been a little bit more aggressive with it. Only 6 more tries and he will get the cripples up. Yeah. Beautiful. Siege workshops already out. The cripples finally comes up, so he'll get the tower because of course he'll get the tower. And he'll have enough stone to go for another cripples to range the first tower from Ganji up in the north, so he could potentially try to put more pressure afterwards. When I saw the siege workshop for a fraction of a second, I thought that was a cripples, and I was ready to call my keyword. Yeah. Good defense for Ganji down south. He's just playing for the Imperial Age. And Dogao's the one putting pressure over here. Coming in with a ram, trying to get the tower down, going for extra rams as well. He's got knights. And he'll be going up to the Imperial Age a little bit later compared to Ganji. None of it matters too much though, of course. Not having access to a castle is still going to be quite detrimental to him. Until he's able to go for BBC, which is going to take so much longer. There we go. The tower goes down. He should be going after the TC next. And he will. Beautiful. TC's going down. And I just got word that there was no prize pool for the extra qualifiers, just for the possibility of participating in the main event. So these players are playing for the dream here. What are the chances all players who qualified or got invited to Red Bull Wololo Legacy make it? I imagine the invited players shouldn't have any issues, but then again, we don't really know for sure, right? Mr. Yo already struggled with Red Bull Wololo 5. So yeah. The Imperial play seems to have backfired a bit. After all, the guy is right there with him. Yeah, he wasn't taking too much longer to go up himself. Now he's got a siege workshop coming out down the south, and he's managed to get a castle behind the Crepo. So getting to the Imperial Age is not really going to give Ganji too much, as the guy will be able to go for trebuchets himself very soon afterwards. It's just going to be a difference of 5 seconds. There we go. Imperial Age over here is the same for both. Yeah, and Nikokedi is really good for the dogao. And interestingly enough, it was so much better for Ganji the previous game, but he wasn't able to seal the deal. Now we'll see if the dogao from a winning position over here will be able to seal this one or not. Because this is group stage, we have play all series, which means game number 3 is going to happen no matter what the result of game number 2 is. So even if the dogao wins, Ganji will still have to play game number 3. Both players will still have to play game number 3. Because it's going to be important potentially for points. Yeah, he's going for the Rams right now. He's got Siege Ram on the way. are. Block printed for Ganji. He's channeling his inner Madri. C-Tran's about to finish researching for the Gao. He's got right now about... Well, it's going to be 4. Yeah, and he's got 2 more queued up, plus a trebuchet over here. And he will take the castle down for sure. And here come the Rams. He's got the 5th and 6th Rams on the way as well, so it's looking great for the Gao. And Ganji just calls it. The moment he loses the castle, he calls a GG. Of course, up in the north, he already had lost the TC over here as well, so the Gao's push over here, kind of split push up in the north and down the south, worked out pretty nicely. And that's going to secure the second game for him. Now, we'll take a look at what we get for game number 3. After going through the achievements and a quick commercial for non-subs. So, let's take a look at this. You know, you're not going to miss anything. We are just going to go through these pretty quickly. Yes, that is correct. Thank you, 7 to 12. So, we have a 3 to 2 KD ratio for the Gao. Overall, it's pretty good. Also, he managed to get so many villagers. Alchemist, you're not going to find the brackets. You can do exclamation mark Red Bull Wololo. Actually, RBW. Because the brackets, it's outdated. But beware of spoilers, because these games got released all at the same time. And we do not really know what the result for the other series is and who is casting which series, so yeah. We have for economy, a stronger economy for the Gao as well, significantly so. Stronger. And a higher work count towards the end of the game as well, especially it was so much higher compared to Ganji. Anyway, we'll jump into the next one, let's see. This is game number 3. Oh no, it's just a best of 3 actually. Never mind, I thought it was to play all 3. Because it was a group stage. Okay, let's fix this. Best of 3. I mean, it's whatever. My bad then. Ignore what I said earlier. It's actually not correct information, sorry.